Star Wars. It's back in that news cycle again. I wonder why, right? So being the pot-stirring poster that I am, I'm going to cash in on this harder than TikTok, thinking that check fraud is an infinite money glitch. The Galactic Empire is one of the most comically stupid, negligent, functionally dumbest excuse for a military dictatorship in all of sci-fi fantasy. And I'm going to spend some minutes it and the dumbest land-based attack unit, the ATAT. There, I said it. You can go leave your hate comments now and go.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
So, like I was saying, nothing riles up the hate mob faster than some asshole like me you love. And this week I feel like butt-fucking the Empire and its endless parade of genuinely stupid designs and military doctrines. For fuck's sake, if it weren't for the space wizards, the Empire would have lasted about 60 minutes before any competent military force made mincemeat of anything the Imperials could wrap together.
Ouch, baby. Very ouch.
I suppose I really should have led this rant with, I understand this is sci-fi fantasy and we all love it. When it's written well, it works wonderfully. But space wizards with laser dicks, borderline storylines, incompetent officers who can't be identified because they can't be bothered with uniforms or visible indications of rank addressing their station. Pointless, oversized military budgets, building an absurdly small amount of super ships, super weapons, and super troopers to control just a large percentage of the galaxy, very poorly, I might add. Now, I get George Lucas modeled this after World War II combat, and it centers more on, the families instead of the Empire's war machine. But Emperor fucking save me, the Imperial war machine here, it's just written beyond redemption.
All right, I'm gonna go cry.
So to begin, this metallic haunts is supposed to be between 22 and 28 meters tall, or between 73 and 92 feet tall, or again between 264 and 365 delicious Chick-fil-A sandwiches tall, for my lunar landing cousins to the south of me. It clocks in probably somewhere around 1,000 tons, according to some people on the internet who have more initials at the end of their name than I care to list today. On paper, it's big, it's chonky, and it should make state-sponsored terrorist organizations crap their space panties. Why isn't that the case?
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
Anyways, let's speedrun all the ways in which this thing stinks worse than a temple full of 6-day-olds. Starting from the bottom, we have a turning radius of approximately maybe 30 city blocks, an alleged top speed of 37 miles per hour.
I'll believe that when my ship turns purple and smells like rainbow sherbet.
The fields of fire are narrower than the budget of a Neil Breen movie, and it's the tallest, slowest, and most top-heavy of all the Imperial ground forces. Too few weapons on this thing for a platform of its size and importance, and despite its name, its gait isn't actually really conducive to being all-terrain. It shoots too slow, and it has an overexposed underbelly larger than a politician's ego. Like Christ on roller skates here, a first-year cadet could come up with 30 different ways to put this brain-damaged excuse for a fetal alcohol horse down without breaking a sweat whatsoever. Hell, the notoriously useless rebellion figured it out after the first pass with a couple of snow speeders. If they had taken a few more seconds to let the one brain cell talk to the other, they would have figured out that if you come at them from the rear, giggity, they can't hit you or hurt you. At its very core, this slab-sided shit show has the tactical worth of a Russian penal battalion. That is to say, absolutely, actually none. This thing can be defeated by bottom attack munitions, undersexed farm boys looking to tip over the biggest cow they can find, kneecapped by bad 80s mafiosos, giving its neck the old David Carradine treatment, tripped up by an abandoned child's rudimentary traps inside of a house, and if all of that wasn't absolutely enough for you, it can also be defeated by a goddamn hole in the ground. Let that just sink in. Don't even get me started on that Temu brand Robo Harambe that was in the Empire Strikes Back 2 Electric Boogaloo. My brother in Christ, why in the name of Vader's roasted chestnuts did you think that directed energy weapons would make good artillery? And why did your vehicle skip leg day? Seriously, this thing is built like Crash Bandicoot with spina bifida. Now you can't unsee that. Finally, there's the logistics of this lumbering testament to Imperial nation. For the space in an Imperial Star Destroyer you spend storing a platoon of these things, so just 5 of them, you could stack it with 10 times its number in all likelihood of slightly more useful AT-STDs, or just AT-STs. And maybe sprinkle in a little bit of Stormtroopers in there just for an okayish time. Not to mention that the increased troop and machine level would give you far better tactical flexibility than just 5 fucking useless walkers. They could have used this as an absolutely devastating mobile fire support platform by taking those troops out, putting in some actual indirect fire artillery, some close-in weapon systems to shoot down at troops as they lumber overhead. You've got the big guns up front to take out heavy, reinforced targets. This thing could have been absolutely awesome. But no, they decided to screw all that, shove a bunch of nothing but useless light infantry up in the belly that still have to fast rope down onto the field hoping they don't get dummied by any competent military's snipers. Like, for fuck's sake, where they drop the ball with this thing absolutely just breaks me inside. In conclusion, you know what? There's nothing to redeem here, all right? This thing sucks more space than space German. It just breaks me. Anyways, guys, that's all for this video. If you like what I do here and want to support the channel, please become a channel member, join my Patreon, get you access to videos early. There's the Discord, which I really should be a part of more often, but god damn is having 3 kids busy. And you get access to uncensored videos. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you all. Thank you again for watching. Check out my lovely patrons here. And with that, I will see you on the next one when I decide to shit on something you love. Peace.